What's going on, Joe fans? Mr. 1013 here with another episode of the G.I. Joe Classified Sub Team Series. This is episode number 5. We went over some very dope sub teams so far. We've already tackled Tiger Force, Night Force, Iron Grenadiers, and Python Patrol. And now we're going to tap into the Slaughters Marauders. And I know he had a couple of teams, you know what I'm saying? But we going to tackle those guys that's in that blue, green, and brown this time around. No, a little bit of bars, but here we go. So we're gonna hop right into it. So Slaughters Marauders is a GI Joe subgroup led by Sergeant Slaughter that specializes in rapid offensive attacks. They're a highly specialized, fast attack ground assault unit that strikes the first blow for GI Joes against Cobra's forces of evil. Heavily armored tanks serve as the spearhead in G.I. Joe's frontal assault against Cobra and the Iron Grenadiers. Each ground rumbling vehicle specializes in infiltrating and annihilating fortified garrisons and strongholds. Three-color camouflage design enables them to successfully blend into a woodland or jungle environment when conduction offensive maneuvers behind enemy lines. So there we have with Slaughters Marauders. And say with the three-color camo, they blend into the woodland. I don't know where the blue is. You know what I'm saying? The blue might be the water. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just get little woodsy and then a little bit of the rivers and lakes that they used to. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go into the slide. So first up, we have barbecue, and looking at barbecue, we can notice off jump that the color pattern is there, but they change up with the green, brown, and blue, but they kind of change up the pattern overall for the figure. Let's take a look. So over here, we got a lot more brown across the top, and it's more of a striped effect going down on the original figure. Also on the original figure here that came out in '89, we had an all blue mask. I like that they added the silver hits right here. Nice update. And again, the pattern of the color, the way they're laid are slightly different, which I kind of like the updated version because it just got the brown sleeves, but they added like some of the green hits along the side, the lighter green hits along the sides and darker down the middle. You still got your blue stripes here. So it looked like he had the blue belt holsters around the legs, but we opted with the black this time for the classified version. We got the brown hits down here. So yeah, they kind of mixed it up just a little bit. Well, let me know what you guys think. So do we like the original version, the pattern, the way that the colors are layered, or do we like the new version? I particularly like the new version. Again, still with the upgrades. Added some nice detailing up here on the armor pads. Yeah, solid. Here's a look at his file card. And we're gonna take that in-hand look at Beachhead. So let's go ahead and get over there. So here is the in-hand look at Beachhead. And again, that brown, a nice dark brown here. That blue is popping. Like I said, I don't know where the blue essentially rolls into. Maybe like the water or something like that. Maybe that's what the intention was. But the browns and the greens look very good on this guy. These are double pegged. Early figure, 2023, right? So yeah, 3 years into the line, they were still using some pegged pieces. But again, overall, nice shiny paint material on the mask as well. Paint apps were very clean on this guy. Again, nice detailing on the body, on the armor, and things like that. Very solid figure. Turn around to the back. Got some nice detailing here. And then we have barbecue. He has some, standard classified articulation, but he got the pinned joints. And let's take a look at what the classified barbecue actually came with. So he came with some very nice accessories. You know what I mean? He came with this tank, and of course, if you wouldn't be barbecue without the tank, he came with this hose, a nice axe over here, very nicely done, nice detail, nice shiny silver paint there. Handle looks real good. Detailing on both pieces look really good. I like this short axe here for some closer combat. You know what I mean? Those look really good. Thrower over here. Of course, pegging to the pole. Holes, pegs here. Again, very solid figure. Again, originally released in 1989 and the classified version released in 2023. So let me know what you guys think with the barbecue figure, and the original colorway came out as well. So you should have both in your collection. So we're gonna move on to the next member of the Marauders, and we have Lowlight. Lowlight, I recall when he came out with the Rise of Cobra or the Pursuit of Cobra. This guy was so hard to find, and he started fetching for a lot aftermarket. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had him. Wish I can grab them again, but I'm past that line. Maybe if I come up on something, I start slowly collecting just like the older figures. I might just go O-ring and not even do like the 25th anniversary. Just get O-ring. Not to say they're going to be um, fairly priced, but just to have it classified in the O-ring version would be dope. But let's get back in the low light again. As you can see, they definitely paid did some great stuff with the jacket here with the matching jacket. I think that's a lot closer to the original pattern. Just the jacket all comes all the way down brown, but you got a half jacket here with the green. So with the sleeves, we got the green hits over here. We got a brown hit right here versus the dark green portion here. So it looks like they just slapped paint just straight across the figure. You know what I'm saying? It was like no pattern, no detail. Like, hey, we're gonna paint this little part a certain color or anything. They just threw say brown, green, dark green, light green, brown. But updated version again looks a lot better. They did add the hit of blue here on the little padding on the jacket, and of course his beanie going with the black right here on the holsters. Nice hit of dark brown down here. And of course, there's his file card, originally released in 1989. And we got classified release in 2024. So we're a year after barbecue. So let's get that in hand version of low light, excuse me, so we can see the detail. And here we have the in hand, and he has some nice detail, which with the head sculpt that definitely moved over to the Marauders version. So he had like the sleepy kind of, you got the kind of baggy eyes. I really like that detail on him. He comes with his goggles, of course. But as you can see, there's with the paint apps, you can see it's a couple different hits. So you have a more of a glossy paint on the body of low light, and then on the arms you have more of a matte. I wish everything was more of a matte finish so we can get that more of a leather texture on there, but the green is really toned down. You got the matte brown here on the arms, glossy. Yeah, I think this is the only glossy part on the jacket here. But we also have, again, 2024, we started getting pinless. So we got some pinless double jointed elbows and knees. Articulation is what you expect out of classified. Some nice detailing right here on the knife sheath. Some nice detailing on this side as well. And again, the face sculpt was done really good. I like to let me focus for you. Like the sleepy eyes there. You know what I mean? Paint apps were really good. The blue laid on top of the browns really good as well. And like I said, I have both figures. I have the Marauder figure, of course, and I also have the original colorway of Low Light. Let me know if you guys got this in your collection. So we're gonna take a look at what Low Light came with and his accessories. So let's move back over to the slide. So Low Light came with his backpack here. Nice little shovel. This weapon, his sniper, does come with a strap. I took it out in the edit, but it does come with the strap right here and like the little walkie-talkie. The walkie-talkie, of course, goes right there on the side, which we've seen in the in hand. The shovel usually goes on the back of the backpack on the side. You can stow it. And again, a solid figure, man. Let's move on to the next one. Who do we have up next in the Marauders lineup? We have Spirit. Now, Spirit came out. They actually came on a 2-pack. Low Light and Spirit came in a 2-pack in 2024. And we got them bundled up. And this was Spirit. I mean, this might be he might be my favorite out the Marauders. Just the detailing, The way the colors are laying, the blue is there, but it's really slight. It hits in the right places. It's accented in the right places. The updated version of all the Marauders are pretty much, I like the updated versions, but Spirit just lands a little bit better in some reason. So as you look on the opposite side, they didn't give him the full blown blue boots and gloves, the doctor gloves, but he does have hits of blue here. Do have hits of blue on the arm gauntlets. The headband is blue, looks really good. I like the gear that they gave him. We got some nice detail. Even the original colorway of Spirit was a great figure as well. But talking about the Marauders set, again, he has the arm harness that Bird can sit on right here. Overall dope figure. Beautiful figure. There's his file card. So let's take an in-hand look at, I consider, the best one out of the line, out of the sub team. Did a really great job with him, man. Head sculpt looks really good. All matte paint. I like the brown layer on top of the green, and it patterns all the way down the sides right here. Very nice touch. Then we get the darker green, majority all dark forest green with the lime hits, not lime, but the lighter green hits. Maybe like a moss green, you know what I'm saying? Hits right here. This flows, man. This flows beautifully. We got the nice turquoise or teal hit right there on the jewel. Let me focus. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the actual figure right there. Very nice detail, subtle touch. You know what I'm saying? But we got some nice detail in here. We got the communicator shown right there. Very nice pattern on the bandana. That's the detail we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? They could have just gave us an all blue bandana, but they didn't. Looks very good. Nice hits on the ponytails coming down on the side. Grenade's not even all black. We got some nice green hits on there as well. Best figure out the team. Best figure out the team, man. Even the boots got not just all black. They got a nice hit of brown at the very bottom. I'm proud of this figure, man. This figure's good. And it's great to come back and just look at all these figures, man, because, me personally, I do a review, I stand them up there, you don't really come back. But when you come back after so long and actually look at the figures, you can kind of appreciate a little bit more about them. But beautiful figure, man. Let me know what you guys think about Spirit. So we're going to take a look at what Spirit came with in his classified side. And again, here we go. We got some articulation with his pet right here. We got all the wings and things coming off here. We also have his sniper. We got a little satchel over here. We had the little scope that they call it. So it's like the let me know it's like the flashlight. It's like a flashlight, I believe. Let me know in the comments for sure. Sidearm here, big backpack, and again, just a overall beautiful figure. And I forgot to change that. That's only 2024. So originally it's the 89, but we got again him in the 2-pack with low light in 2024. Up next, out of the Slaughters Marauders who made it to classified, we got none other than Sergeant Slaughter himself, and we got him in the blue, green, and forest green colorway. And this is probably the most current, they just it's dead on. You know what I'm saying? They this is almost exact to the original figure. We got the blue tank top, we got the dark green at the top, then we got the lighter green at the bottom with the brown boots. This is, what more can you ask for? All the other figures had slight adjustments made to the patterns of their camo, but Sergeant is, other than they added the flag up here, which is pretty cool. They added the armbands as well down here. We got some pockets over here, little knee pads with some brown armor on there. But yeah, this is dead on, man. This was pretty much the update that you needed. Again, originally released in the 89, Classified version was released in 2024, and we had a few Sergeant Slaughters. We got them in the black tank, we got them in the camo. We just had a few versions of them already, so they definitely used this build. So let's take an in-hand look at Slaughter. And here we go. Massive figure. Like I said, this is a pretty big figure in the line. We got pins on them. And I wonder if the other versions have pins on. I wonder if they just continue to use the mode. I'm gonna have to check on other figures to see if he got the pins. But he got the pins here, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, pinless down here. Solid figure, real good build. Like I said, they got Sergeant Slaughter. They was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make every variation of Slaughter and get him out here. So I'm looking at his head sculpt. He does have some darker marks on his forehead here. There we go. There you can see him right there. We got some darker marks on his forehead here. I don't know if that's from paint, but you can put his hat on. Got the smug Slaughter look. Articulations, what you expect from Classified. Nice little gold hit right there on the belt buckle. And he came with a lot of accessories, which we're also going to see on the next slide. Boots are a couple of different colors. We got black and that army green down here. Yeah, there you have a Sergeant Slaughter and his Marauders colorway. Let's take a look back at what he came with. And he came with a lot of stuff, man. He came with signature Sergeant Slaughter drill hat. He came with some boxing gloves if you want to throw him against Big Bull, you know what I mean? A multitude of hands, pointer hands, salute hands. He also has the ball fist. He has the gotcha hands, you know, want to snatch somebody up. He came with some 90-pound dumbbells. His baton, soft goods, sack right here. Nice little AR. The whistle, of course. Again, blue tinted out glasses this time around. And he also came with the smaller version of himself, the Mad Marauders, because I think it was some type of licensing. They couldn't do Slaughters Marauders, so they had to call them the Mad Marauders. Anyway, we know what to call them. But this is dope. We had a USA, I think it was 2010. It was a USA Sergeant Slaughter that had this same little miniature Slaughter figure as well. So I thought that was pretty dope. So let's move on to the next slide. And that's all the figures. Before we do, that's all the figures that made it in the classified so far. Let's get to the next slide to see who we could get next, because we have figures in the line already. So Footloose recently just got a Footloose, and here he is in his Marauders colorway, and I could definitely see him coming. It's not too many more figures than the Slaughters Marauders in the blue, green, and brown that we have already in classified that haven't been made into the sub team, and Footloose being one of them, originally released in 1989. No classified version just yet, but this is definitely be done. I'm looking forward to seeing. We got a stream coming up on April 1st, and it's 2 days from this video right here. It might be depending on when you watch it, but we got a stream coming up. I'm excited to see what they're going to announce. We're going to get a few pre-orders and things like that, but I definitely hope they give us some new name reveals to see who's going to be coming to line. And I'm wondering if we're going to get some more sub-team figures lined up, especially since it'll be a cheaper cost just to do a repaint and have money for newer figures. You know what I'm saying? So Footloose can definitely be, I'm looking forward to seeing him in the line just to complete the Marauders. So we're going to move on to the next figure as well. And we have Bud Junkyard. So we have this figure already in the line. Again, easy repaint. I definitely get him because we got to complete the sub team, right? So definitely can be done. Both Footloose and Mutt, both already in the line. Easy repaints. Could possibly make him a 2-pack. Does he need to come with his pet? No, he doesn't. We already got one, so ain't no reason to put him in again. Just to save a little bit of cost, other than painting his vest like the blue color or like the blue, green, and brown. We don't have to do that. throw this guy in a single card. I'm sorry, in the 2-pack with Footloose, call it a day, and now you done knocked out the Marauders. Let me know what you guys think. If you think that'd be a great idea, I think so. Especially again, we already got his pet on deck. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the next slide, we got the vehicle. So we got the Armadillo. This is a single man vehicle that could possibly be made into, we always talk about can it be put in the classified line? Would it fit? Something like this, I think so. Probably more of again, I'm thinking about the his tank. The his tank is pay to order, right? So if you were interested, you put in your order for one and they'll make it. So it could be, but I don't think this is needed. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it will be that big of a draw. You know what I mean? But this is nice. This is dope. I don't know who's steering this thing because he's shooting and he just got his foot on the pedal or something. He's just rolling. So let's go to the next one. Again, another like single, maybe a double because they can be up under here. But we have the Lynx. This could be a classified update. Then I would probably say they would make it more available to more, probably put somebody standing behind this cannon, possibly instead of having a large cannon, maybe more like a gunner here. This figure here and a spot for another figure there. So make it like a 3-man vehicle. So I could see this one being like part of like a HasLab or something like that. No Ross, dope concept. Let's go to the next one. And we have the Equalizer. So the Equalizer basically is let's go back. We don't need this. The Lynx would probably, this is what we need right here. The Equalizer, I would take this over the Lynx because it already has, you don't have to invent anything over there. You already have a spot for a gunner here, and you have 2 open slots here for 2 figures. So if we had to choose, I would like to see this one be made into a classified if we had a choice. I think this will be pretty good in a line as well. And then that's probably where we can get not only Footloose and Mutt, but we can also probably get some of the other figures that the G.I. Joe Collectors Club used in their line. So we're going to move from the vehicles, and we're going to talk about all the Slaughters Marauders in the modern era that we received, okay? So these were basically from the G.I. Joe Club or the JoeCon, and they produced these figures. Definitely more in tune to the paint jobs that were matching the 89 versions. You know what I'm saying? So down here you can see like Spirit and this Bird Freedom. You can see how or across the yard, Mutton Junkyard, Footloose, they all have the same kind of paint camo. They took the brown, went across here. They didn't try to reinvent any new color patterns or anything like that. You also got Sergeant Smasher here. We got Hardball. We have yet to get Hardball in a classified version. We have yet to get Sergeant Smasher. We can definitely get Sergeant Smasher. We got the tooling for Sergeant Slaughter. So we can definitely be made. Up here, we got Barbecue, and this is from the Big Bad Toy Store 7-pack. So these were from the 2018. We had Spirit, Mutt, Smasher, Footloose, and Hardball that were a part of the 2018 JoeCon, and I believe that was the last JoeCon, and this was the last set. They also came with the extra, so we added the Renegades in there. We added Mercer, Taurus, and Red Dog, which we are getting in classified. We already got Mercer, but we're getting a 2-pack of Taurus and Red Dog, so we can definitely see them added to the Marauders colorway if they wanted to. Again, it's cost saving. They can add them to the Marauders sub team, and you can fill that team out as well. We have a Falcon, which came with the Big Bad Toy Store 7-pack. Spirit, another version of Spirit that came with the 7-pack. Low Light and Barbecue. So these 4 came with the 4-pack, and these 3 and 5 came with the JoeCon set. So there's all the modern era figures that were released that had the Slaughters Marauders blue green, light green, brown colorway. It looks good. They look all good together, man. And again, we can have them in classified. That'd be dope. Who would you like to see updated that we haven't received yet, though? That's a good question right there. So moving on to the next slide. So here is just an overall look of all the figures from 89 to 2018 that were a part of Slaughters Marauders, Man Marauders, or whatever you want to call them. We like to call them Slaughters Marauders because that's what they originally were called. But again, in 89, Barbecue, Footloose, Low Light, Mud, Sergeant Slaughter, and Spirit. And as you can see, the Joe Hub definitely got a better look at them from these, just matching them up to see how the paint apps look. And they did a great job on these figures, man. Modern Era was a beautiful time to be collecting Joes as well. So if you still got them, definitely hold on to them. But 89, 2011, these four, again, part of the Big Bad Toy Store set versus the Dreadnoks. So that was a double. And those things are fetching like $500 some odd dollars for both. So if you got them, hold on to them. And again, 2018 was the final Joe-Con collection set, and these were all that were involved as far as the Marauders go. So there you have it, Joe fans. I appreciate you guys staying through another episode of the G.I. Joe Classified sub team, where we talk about the G.I. Joes, the figures that made it to Classified and were a part of the sub team, and the figures who haven't made it just yet, who we want to see, who we would be looking forward to or want to have come up next in the line for specific sub teams. So again, we just did a Joe team here with the Slaughters Marauders, so we're going back to Cobra. We're going to check out Cobra. The next sub team might be seeing a little red, but just a little hint. So stay tuned for that one. I appreciate you guys. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to all the new and returning viewers. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll catch you guys on the next recording. Until then, peace.